I am willing to travel the road wherever it leads, whether it's to the conviction or the acquittal of the president. But in order to do that, I need more evidence. I need witnesses and further evidence to guide me to the right destination, to get to the truth.
Senator Susan Collins in 1999 during the Clinton impeachment arguing for witnesses at the Senate trial. Of course, Democrats are hoping she will feel the same way now about the impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Democrats only need 4 Republican senators to come out in support of witnesses to force Mitch McConnell's hand. With 71% of Americans in favor of the president letting his top aides testify in the Senate trial, and Collins' BFF, Senator Lisa Murkowski, saying she's disturbed by McConnell's promise to be in total coordination with the White House on this, a group of Republicans who are critical of President Trump saw their opening and took it.
Key witnesses in the Ukraine scandal must testify in the Senate impeachment trial. These witnesses include Rudy Giuliani.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
Mick Mulvaney.
You just described as a quid pro quo.
There's going to be political influence in foreign policy.
Mike Pompeo.
Rudy Giuliani delivered Ukraine files to Mike Pompeo.
And John Bolton.
A lawyer for John Bolton says that his client has new information on these meetings with Ukraine.
Call Senator Collins and tell her these witnesses must testify.
Paging Susan Collins, who it should be noted is up for re-election in 2020. She's not the only one with a new ad in her honor. Senators Romney, Murkowski, Lamar Alexander, and Collins all got tailor-made "These witnesses must testify" ads for Christmas. I'm guessing that wasn't on their Christmas list this year.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.